At First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Cleveland Browns. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. Looking to throw right away is Watson. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Watson. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. On play action, it's Murray. Steps away to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house. Grab the left up. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment. Saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Well, agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's White. Finding space at the 40. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. From the gun, Murray. Got a man downfield. It's Tate. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Buying time to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Play fake. Murray. And he's going to have the hook up to Ross. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Rolling to his right. Caught on the slant. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. From the 2, here's first and goal. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here we go now on first and goal. Play action. Now it's Murray. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
On second and goal, Murray. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tim Patrick with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
Watson's throw there complete to Hamler. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the 50, it's Watson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The Browns at 4-10 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Watson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Bradley Roby, the ex-Buckeye, with a corner blitz and the sack. Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. Back to throw.
And going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean.
And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
Steps away. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Now Murray off play action. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. John Ross, a 24-yard touchdown.
And the Saints have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Browns drive about to get started.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted.
Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the...
Touchdown, Saints. John Ross with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 16.
24! 24! 25!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now it's Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So the completion good for just 3. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Hey, 59! Hey, 24! 59!
Here's Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
To the air yet again, Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
31!
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
36!
Faking the give. Now Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Keon Crossen.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
After the turnover, here's Murray. That is caught by Thielen. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Murray now to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Tim Patrick, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Saints are able to add on to their 1st half lead. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0, Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them, so I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
This one taken just inside the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Down, coming.
On 1st down, it's Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Alert, alert.
Throwing on second and long. Watson.
Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Hey, 31.
Throwing on third down. Watson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. This is caught inside the 15. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. To throw is Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kyle Pitts as the first half is winding down.
And the Browns are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Murray. He's going to let one fly for Tate. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. A final shot before half from Murray. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Shotgun now for Murray. Touchdown! Adam Thielen with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
55! 59! Alert!
On fourth down, Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today.
Picked off by Jamel Dean. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Adam Thielen with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Saints have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close.
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Kaiser White.
And the Browns are going to take over at their own 41. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception's really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Down, he's coming. Alert!
Out of the gun, Watson.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Watson just beating the play clock. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Montez Sweat drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
On 2nd and 10, Murray.
This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. The Saints on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. Trying to lay one up deep. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tim Patrick, 36 yards.
And the Saints are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Back to throw, Watson. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Montez Sweat in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season. Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Throwing again, Murray. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Green.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray.
Looking for Ross again. He finds him again.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Right back to him for 10 more and a first. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Rolling to his left. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Tate. And he's brought down.
Hey.
From the gun, Murray forced out to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Browns' drive about to get started.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. 47 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Watson off play action. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play that time for Cleveland. 44 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Watson looks to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw it. Murray. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from